Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. 21 minutes ago. This was 18 hours ago. We're gonna save to device. Okay. Not really happy with this camera. I'm gonna keep on working. Okay, so we have, let me see over here. I have 2 and 6. 2 and 6. Wow, I'm going through all my pens. 2 and 6. 1 and 5. That's this one over here. This is 2 and 4 and 3 and 5. Here's 7 and 8. And 9 and 6. Okay, so here's 7 and 8 and 9 and 6. So we're going to do this the reverse over here. This is going to be right. It's going to be the okay, so you can hear it over here. Let me see, where is it? Yeah. Okay, there's nobody here. Wow. No show. No show. If you're here and you showed up, maybe write me an email, tell me that you're here. It's pretty weird on here. I never know when somebody shows up to the channel. It always says 0. So just give me a second. What's up? No, I'm staying. I'm not doing the video. What are you going to do? You're staying or are you going to leave? Just drinking some water. Doing a video. That's what I do. Okay, ciao. Yeah, okay. We're going to put this up over here. Perhaps a little share of this video onto this over here. Share it on X. Give a little shout out to X. Hey X, why don't you come and bring some people to watch what's going on over here. Hopefully we get a good video tonight. I'm just trying to come back over here. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I started to work on over here. And this is about, well, first of all, should I tell you who I am? Right, I know there's only one person here, and I'm quite sure you're a regular. It's not going to be a very long video tonight, but let's cut out the BS, right? What do I do? If I remember correctly, I call this the Astronumerical Zodiac, okay? And one of the reasons I say it, you might see one of the zodiac signs, right? Whether it's Aquarius, whether it's Sagittarius, whether it's Pisces, whether it's Aries, whether it's Balance, whether it's Cancer, whether it's, I don't know, Capricorn or Scorpio or Leo or Virgo, whichever one of the signs, the backbone to it, in order to find it and understand why is Aries, right? Like an enemy sign, right, to Libra. Why is, let me catch up with these zodiac signs here. Western astrology zodiac signs. ERN 23 37, 39 plus 39, 49, 59, 67, 39 and 6, 45. I found a new 47 today, right? You know what's really crazy? I found a new 47. It was just to find one thing. It's, for me, very exciting at the moment. But so imagine people are looking to discover, make scientific discoveries, right? And it takes them years before they have a breakthrough. Okay. Now I had a breakthrough again almost every single day for the last 20 years, and I'm going, where am I going? Look at that. Anybody ever see that? Must mean something, right? Right, if I just do that, what does that mean? What does that mean? What is it telling me? What is it telling me? But it says something. I just haven't figured it out yet. And the discovery, I'll tell you in a minute. Numbers are the backbone of everything because everybody can understand it simple. If you have a total of 12, you would have 6 to one side, let's say, and 6 to the other. At the same time, you can also have, right, 6 to the center. Here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, I'm going to go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But the base of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This way we can understand the difference. Okay. Now, if you were playing the game of pool, look at the shift in numbers. Okay, and understand now we have colors. We have numbers, and we have 8 of the solids. We have 7 of the stripes. The queen has 8 eyes, 2 on 4 different cards. The king has 7, 3 of 2 and 1. So we know the king is now going to be related to 7. The queen is going to be related to 8. Mars is 6. Earth is 7. What is 8? Electric company, the cap to the connecting part between Earth and Mars, okay, the sun and the moon, or the 3 moons. Earth has 1 moon, Mars has 2 moons. I also want you to put it behind you that Mercury has no moons as the first planet, and Venus, okay, has no moons as the planet. So is it possible we can go, maybe Venus will own the Earth moon? Now, I did it a little different earlier, right? I want to show you this, right? Venus, right, is the second planet. Mercury, right, is the first planet. We have 2 moons of Mars. We have 1 moon of Earth. Imagine this. Imagine that these 2 moons, right, of Mars, and then we go ahead and we say, what are we going to do? Well, we need earphones, right? We surround them around the 1 moon of Earth. So now Mars, right, you would say Mars has 2 moons, right? But guess what? Guess what? Earth has 2 moons. Mars, right, has 1 moon. Mars is associated to Venus, right? Mercury has an association to Earth. Now, if you ask me why, okay, because Mercury is the first planet, right? And when you look at 1 is located at the heart. Earth in the game is number 52. Mars in the game is 51. You can possibly say, okay, Earth, now when you do it, you can also do this. Earth is V11 and Mars is V1, 6 and 7. Although Earth is the third planet and Mars is the fourth planet. Not only that, communication is by the bunny ears of Earth. Where does this come from? TH. Okay, Mercury is 103. Did you know that Earth and Mars are 103 equivalent to Mercury? Mercury gets the earmuffs. So if you can understand what's happening here, we're going to do this. Earth is the third planet. Mars is the fourth planet. Mars gets 1 equals to 5. Earth gets 2 equaling to 5. In this work that I do, and the association is I bring together the gold. I bring together the silver. I bring together the bronze, and then I bring it all together to understand the runner-up, which is associated with T and H. Gold is associated with S and T. Silver is associated with N and D, and bronze is associated with R and D. But once you get to runner-up, right, and it all starts at 4th, you take that all the way to 20th. T minus counting. T minus counting. The fingers and the toes, all 20. This is the 4th finger. And when it's the 4th finger, when you start, if you start this way, right, I just want to show you one of the equations. Forget about these 3. Or forget about this 1. Forget about this 1. It's going to be impossible because this is the 4th finger. So I can't start here. I have to go 1, 2, 3, put the ring on the finger, give me the birth, right? If the birth had to go on this hand and the other one had to go on this hand, how would you look at our fingers? How would we take away these fingers, right? I would take the 3, right? I take these, tie them together, right? They call that the pinky. I'm not going to get into the explanation of that, just showing you how the association of understanding the movement of your hands down are your hands up. Anyways, forget about that piece, right? Runner up because we have 4th. And all the way to 20th, we have TH. When we begin again, we have the 21st. We have the 21 dots here. We have the 21 BJ. And when you get 21 BJ, right, you have the ace value at 11, right? And all the 10 and all the cards of 10, 11, 12, and 13 all have the association of the 1039, the creation angel. A, B, C, D, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to that 10. You either have the AD, 1 and 4, Mars coming in with the Mercury moon, the Luna moon, the anal moon, the controller cancel moon, to what is B and C, Earth and the Mars moon, the earmuffs. They both equal to 5. So what we visioned as Venus, number 81, 9 by 9, right? Or how about 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, equaling to 81. Rubik's Cube is 3 by 3 by 3, right? Equaling to 27. Your birth is 3 by 3, equaling to 9. Your creation is 3. Your creation is 3 in association with 11. How do we get the 3? 3 is 1.5 times 2. 3 is 111, or 3 times 1. 3 is also star system, 11. 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2, and 1 equals to 3. Now, if we want to stand behind what we speak to our creation, is we're going to go look at number 2 and number 1. For me, in order to associate something with 2 and 1, you're going to use it right over here. We're going to use this for your basic start of life, your 3 creation into your 9 birth. But when you turn this over, your creation comes from 11. So it's not only that 11, but it's also to be understood as this is 2 and 7, right? This is 1 and 8. You remember I told you the queen is over here and the king is located over here. Now we have to put 73 and 82, controlling of the moon, creation of the controlling of the gateway, creation of the gateway, controlling of the beta moon. The one spirit plays from the 7 area in the voided space. The calculator, right? If I compare this to the calculator or go ahead and break down Rubik's Cube, you're going to actually see this. So you have 1 to the center with 8 arounds. You're going to have 1 to the center with 8 arounds, or you're going to have 2 on the outside with 7 using the Holy Ghost in the center. No matter how I turn this, right? It's always going to be the same, even when I do it this way. The 1 works the same for every single one. The 4 works the same for every single one, right? And the 5. So your basic understanding, 1, 4, and 5, no matter how you look at it, it's always going to be the same thing. We also have to understand when we have this, we have the 8, okay, and the 5, 4 void. This is the numeric value for Pluto, the sun, the ring and the pole, the matrix. It's also going to represent what is 44 division of night and day and Venus. Mathematics, 8 times 5, 8 plus 5 equals to a total of 53. Remember that 53, 5 and 3, 8 that we spoke about. 53, 8 in control by the queen, right? And that goes to the controlling of the moon. That moon over here, the anal cancel moon. Also to note that if we're going to look at this, right, and this, we have 6, right? We have the hexagon. Don't put a hex on me, right? Don't put a hex on me, right? Don't make heavens my ex, right? My ex-boss, my ex-wife, my ex-girlfriend, my ex-ex-ex-ex-ex. This is 29 plus 8. Coming into the world. Remember, see this 9 and 8 come together? Birth coming into the heavens of Venus. There is no spirit. The spirit is within you inside the heavens. This over here, 3 times 3, we have 9. See this 9 over here? Right? But don't forget, we also have the R, because that is our birth. Right? Our birth is 9 and 9, but 1 is upside down. Here, on the bottom part, right, is going to be your 6. And through your 9 and 6, what it comes from is 3 by 3 equals to the 9. 3 plus 3 equals to the 6. Your creation of 6 and 9 equals to 15 is also going to be based on 8. 3 times 5 equals to 15. 3 plus 5 equals to 8. Remember we told you about 53? 5 by 5 equals 25. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 10 plus 25 equals to 35. 8 times 5 equals to 40. 8 plus 5 equals to 13. 13 plus 40 equals to 53. They're the same. The 15 ball and the 8 ball in the game of pool, this is what we end up with in rotation. If you want to, and we can see the way it takes up 6, right? Well, if we add in the queen, we lock everything in. We've taken the heavens and we locked it in with the queen. right over here. We have to understand Kaaba is not there for nothing. Rubik's Cube, the house of Kaaba. We have the towers that are all being set up. Everything is going to be in full control once we set up all the towers in their position. Right? Have you ever seen the alien ships before? Right? You don't see very much in this, do you? Do you see the towers? Right? How is it the towers? Does it open up? Does it close together? Putting everything into formation for control. I don't know if we should put it this way. Anyways, that's what it basically looks like. And the big power, I'm going to see which way it should it go out this way. Put on the cat ears, right? We have to put on those cat ears. And here's that big old Star of David. So when you wanted to know where 666 was, right, or you wanted to understand number 33, it's right here in the star. You have two homes at each end, blocked and controlled, right, by this one over here. This is where your 8 comes in. And you can see the chevrons. There's a chevron here, and a chevron here, and a chevron here, and a chevron here. So what exactly is it doing? I'm not quite sure, right? I can't give you the answer on that, but I can tell you this is a cube. Here's another cube. Each one of them are all cubes. They're all cubes. So we're going to get back over here. Okay, I'm going to go get a drink of water. I'm going to come back in just one teeny little minute. So you can understand it. So let's just move back a little bit. We can understand that the ace is 11 in blackjack. The payout, right? Blackjack is 29 and 25 equaling to 54. The numeric value for the sun is 54. Birth, B-E-A-R-T-H, B-E-A-R-T-H, 54. B-I-R-T-H, 57. 57 for the moon electric, or 54 for the love of the sun. Bringing together the two systems, overlapping each other, and creating a heart that you can't, once you pull the heart apart, right, that cube in the heart tears apart. It creates a home in its own. And just to note, the J letter. Here's another J letter. Here's two J letters overlapping, right? And what you do, right, with this, I wasn't going to, is now we're going to come around and create a J this way. And then we're going to come around and create a J this way. Well, I'm not happy that I just messed it up. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. Just let me fix this. Water droplets, right? All water droplets. You take a water droplet over here, and you take another water droplet here and another water. So we put 4 water droplets together, right? And by doing that, we encompass an area of space. We're going to do it this way. No, I don't want to do it that way. That's the way I wanted to do it. I wasn't sure, I'm just going really fast. If I do it this way, it shows multiple levels on it. I didn't want to do it that way. I just wanted to do it that way. So when we do this, right, we create that same understanding as here. But the house, right, that we have, look at the angle of this, right? The house is now going to be on this angle. This is not the same as this, and this is either going to be 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, right? You want to see why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From 8 to 6 is 2. From 7 to 5 is 2. From 5 to 3 is 2. From 4 to 2 is 2. Now this way, from 2 to 6 is 4. From 1 to 5 is 4. From 5 to 9 is 4. And 4 to 8 is 4. Right? Now you got exo inside of this. From 1 to 4 to 7 is 3 and 3. 2 to 5 is 3. 5 to 8 is 3. 3 over to 6 is 3. And 6 over to 9 is 3. 1 over to 2. 2 over to 3. 4 over to 5. 5 over to 6. 7 over to 8. 8 over to 9. And then we have other things that are involved, right? And the other things that are involved is 1 over to 6, right? 1 over to 6 is 5, right? 1 over to 6 equals 7, right? But it's a 5 the distance. 9 over to 4 equals to 13, but the difference is 5 again. 7 over to 6 equals to 13, but the difference is 1. 8 over to 5. Okay, I'm going to just do this on another page so we can understand it a little bit different, right? 1 plus 3 equals 4. Now we go 4 plus 3 equals 7. And then we go 7 plus 3 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. 1, 4, 7. 7 months of 31 days, right? 4 months of 30 days. And 1 month of 28 days. We run this cycle, right? We run this cycle, right, times 3. We're going to get 12 months, okay, times 30 days. We're going to get 21 months times 31 days. And we're going to get 3 months times 28 days. If you notice, 1 and 2 is 3, 2 and 1 is 3, 3 is 3, CLU. 147 is what the base cycle is 12. It's another 3 and all separated by 3. This is a pig's life. The pig and the chicken. And you want to know the number to the chicken? That's right. It's number 53, fits along with the queen. The pig is number 32, but the pigs are number 51. The pigs are noted to be the aces, right? Are they called snake eyes or the pigs? Which one do you want to call them, the snake or the pig, right? This is the dragon and the ram coming together. If you want to talk about zodiac signs, we're going to get out the dragon and we're going to get the ram. You want to call it Aries, we could. You want to call it the ram. But if we have your ramification, right, a ramadam, or how about your soul inside your birth, your 3-dimensional birth. The R is your 3-dimensional birth. 3 by 6 or 2 by 9 or 4 times 4 plus 2. Divided into the house, the night and the day, the 2 will connect you to Venus or the Mars or the moons of Mars. This one over here. Ram, right? Ram is number 32. Pig is number 32. But when you have rams, right, you add 19, it equals to 51. Mars is 51. There's so many reasons to keep calling that the moon that we have in our solar system, right, as the eye in the sky for the house of Mars, so they can see everything all the time. home base, Mars, Ram, Aries. So how should we be looking at Mars? How should we be depicting Mars? 147 base cycle system, yes. And also 47 is time. 14 is the ring around this cube. 7 is the pole of this cube. 7 is the pole, 6 and 1, 7. And the 14 that goes around, or 2 opposite of 5 and 4 opposite of 3. So that's showing it to you right over here. When you have 147 in the pole, you are going to have the 8, the 5, and the you're going to have the 8. Okay, the 8 is going to go with the 1. Okay, the 8 is going to go with the 1 dot. This is going to be the 8 void. Then when you get the 4, it's questionable. Is it the 4 dot or is it the 4 void? Therefore, I'm going to put a 5 void. Now when I go to the 7, right? When I go to the 7, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, this is what I'm going to do when I go to the 7. Okay, although your basic comprehension of your base creation is 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and equals to 4, 4 plus 3 equals to 7. So is that your base creation when your 1 and 3 comes together? Also note that the next time you reach level 1, you will reach it in the house of bait at number 21, receiver of the gold. At the 21st level, 21 in blackjack, what creates ace as 11? And now you have the 10 card, the jack, the queen, and the king are all valued at 10. So when we value these all at 10, we also have to understand that if we look at the eyes, right, we end up the queen. The reason we do 10 is it shows me all my crisscrossings here. 7 and 3, 10, 9 and 1, 10, 4 and 6. Everything stems from here. If I stick this pen in the center here, and I, do I have one of those things here? Well, I don't know where it is, right? But you know that thing that you turn it, right? And you get the whole outside? Well, I'll get the entire 10 on the outside. Okay, and I can, anyways, that's what that does. That, the 147 sticks with this. S19 is when I bring 2 systems together. What is the question directed with that? S19, right? Oh, yes, I was looking at, yes, this is what I wanted to talk about. Is that when I have the 3, right? Okay, and the 4 equaling to 7. At the same time, take a close look, hold this up, or possibly don't hold it up. We're going to hold up this. So I have the 3 and the 4. Here's the 3. Here's the 4. With the 4, I have the 5 void. And with the 3, I have the 6 void equaling to 11. Right? Now we're going to do something else. How about the 6? 6 and 1. So if that's my 7, right? If that's my 7, I'm going to have the 8 void. And if I go to the 6, we're going to have the 3 void. Now, if we want to turn it around and go to the last section of this dice cube, is going to be the 3 and the 4. Did I do the 3? No, I did the 3 and the 4. Oh, the 2 and the 5. Right? So when we show you the 2 and the 5, there's 4 missing. The even numbers, the pair. A pair, right, with a big butt and a small top. Or the pair in French is father. F-A for father, 6 and 1. the 1 spirit, the 6 life, the 6 points for the touchdown, and the 1 point for the extra point. The 1 point is made with the foot when you kick the ball through the uprights. The 1 point in basketball is scored only on a foul shot. The 1 point happens 3 times in hockey, but when you get an assist, it automatically means somebody scored a goal. The unicycle. So now when I do the void, okay, the singular void of the 1 is the 8, the singular void of the 4 was the 5, but what was the singular void of the 7? There is, okay, we only have what is the 2 dot, or all my 7s, 3 and 4, 7, 6 and 1, 7, 2 and 5, 7, have the voids in 7 and 4, 11, 3 and 8, 11, 6 and 5, 11. So we're going to have 3 circles. And at the same time, when this is done on the upper scale, right, when this is done on the upper scale, what happens on the lower scale to what is 1 and 6 and 3 and 4 happens to be, I want to see if, can I get this on the same page? Okay, is going to be what is 7 and 6 equals to 13, right? I don't know what the void is. 4 and 9 equals to 13, and 5 and 8 equals to 13. The 8 is found with the 1 dot. The 5 is found with the 4 dot. I'm going to use this as dots, but this is a discussable situation. When you have the 9, it's every single side. The only way really to get a 9 with 2 of these, right? The 9 is the whole face. So now I'm going to say to myself, if we're going to be playing this game with 9, we now need to use 2 dice. We don't get to the second half of this calculator. See, we only have these 3, right? Right. Well, what happens in roulette? In roulette, they show you this over here. This one is 1. This one is 1, right? Now, the thing is, I'm trying to ask myself, should I flip this whole thing over again? This is what this looks like. This is the upper side, and then this is the lower side. I connect this area with this area. Then I go ahead and I connect this area with this area. In roulette, they show you combinations of 12 numbers. Right? So when we do this, I don't know if I should jump onto this yet. No, I don't want to jump onto that. I want to stick over here. So I have to figure out what are my voids in this? Or am I going to be using 2 cubes when I come to do this? Right? Am I going to use 2 cubes? That's my question. Has to be discussed. There's some things that have to be discussed. Right? So if I use 2 cubes and I have 7 and 6, 13. Now, where in the world do I have 13? I have 8 and 5. Here's a 13. I have the 8 and the 5 void. The 8 and the 5 void comes with the 1 and 4 dot. The 9 and the 4, I don't have a 9. Okay, I do have a 4. Here's a 2, right? Over here. Okay, I have a 2 for a 7. And hold on a second, I'm just going to see I'm trying to figure out how to work this in, right? In order to create a 9, you need a 1 and 8 in order to create a 9, a 2 and 7 to create a 9, a 3 and 6 to create a 9, and a 4 and 5 to create a 9. You also need a 9 and 9 to create a 9. So I have to understand more about this, but what I will tell you is that 1, 6, 4, 3, 5, 2, in reverse is 9, 4, 7, 6, 8, 5. 13, reverse 7. And if we take a look at this, let me get rid of this. 1 second. Hey, when did you show up? Hey, when did you show up? Hey, buddy. I didn't even know she was here. Hey, you went outside? You did your thing? You doing okay? Oh, your nose is so dirty. Oh, that's terrible. Your nose. Why are you hiding? Your nose is filthy. Okay, I got it now. Okay. So you can see what's going on over here. Let me see if I have this other book from yesterday. Just give me a second. Yes, it was over here. This over here. Here's your one wing. Here's another wing. Here's another wing. Here's another wing. Here's a wing over here. This is the basic wing of what you see. Well, I should take it off my phone. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 to what is a 6, 9, 7, 8, 30. Take a look at that. 3 and 6, 9 plus 3 is 12. You have 12 over here. You have 28 over here. That's your cycle. 9, 8, 7. Sorry, 24 and 4, 28. 28 and 12. That's your cycle. It's going to be red and purple. Control in Venus. Venus is connected with Jupiter. There are 4 times 2 to create this world. 3 times 2 the clock we run, but there's really 4 times 2. Do you follow? O shapes. Can you explain that? O shapes. Okay, let me go back over here and see where we were. Boy, oh boy, it gets a little complicated to how I can explain the king and the queen. Yes, when you're figuring out from this and you go all the way around, right? If I go all the way around this circle, right? Here and here is going to show me 9 and 1. Here and here is going to show me 3 and 7. Here and here is going to show me 4 and 6. Now I can design. This is a design that has 4 lines. But if I do all 4 lines connecting the 10s, 10, 10, 10, 10, crossed over the 5 4 times, I have 40 plus 20 equals to 60. When I count these 4 lines over here, I have 4 lines, right? Well, what if I just counted 3 lines? These 3. Wait a second. No. What about these 3? No. What about these 3? No. What about these 3? There's 40, 40, 40, 40. Sorry, 30, 30, 30, 30. 120 plus the 40 over here. And that'll be a total of 160. Here you're going to add 20 and 15 and 15 and 15. Why? Because we crossed through this 3 times. So you would have 20 and 15 in 1, 20 and 15 2, 20 and 15 3, 45. You have 65. You have 225. Here's the 225 marker right over here when you split this up. You split this up 90, 180, 225. Negative, negative. But negative can also be minus, and minus will also be me, sun, mi, sun, right? Mach 1. The mi, sun, 1 and 6 equal to 7. This one over here, the 40 and the 120, I forget where that, yes, that'll be the purple ball, the 4 and the 12, right? The red and the blue comes together by bringing this system together. This over here will be 2 and 6, or 51 or 5 and 1 represents the Mars, or 2 and 6 will represent the Queen and the card and the game and bear. But what it is all these 35s it's the heart of Rubik's Cube. The heart of this, the heart of the 7th gate. 5 and 2, 3.5. 6 and 1, 3.5. Between 2 and 5, 3.5 is the heart. One plus 2.5 equals to 3.5. 2 plus 1.5 equals to 3.5. 3 plus 0.5 equals to 3.5. Now on to the minus side. 6 minus 2.5 equals to 3.5. 5 minus 1.5 equals to 3.5. And 4 minus 0.5 equals to 3.5. The 5 is the E world, right? The 25th letter is the letter Y. It's going to represent Earth. And it's going to represent um, 120 degrees for a 360 degrees. 3 times Y equals to 75. It's going to equal to electric. Then we have what is the O, right? The 15th letter is the O letter, right? And that'll equal to Mars. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? What so proud that we hail in the twilight's last gleaming? I like to understand, is it twilight? Is it twin lights? Talking about two suns, talking about two moons. What are they talking about here? They're also talking about this, right? Number 72 is going to say this in the House of Bait, the Venus lights. So anyways, let's get to over here. We have to note that Mars is number 51. When we play blackjack, I'm not sure if I said this before, but it plays 1.5 times the wager. If you bet 4, okay, you win 6. If you bet 2, you win 3. If you bet 6, you get 9. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate, right? If you bet 8, you get 12. 1 and 2 is 3. They don't pay off the 50-cent wagers. At the same time, the payout is 3 for 2, right? That means if you put down 2, you'll get 3 times 2. Okay, wait a second. Hold on a second. It's 3 to 2. So for every 2 you put, right, you'll get back 3. Plus 2, you'll have a total of 5, right? You put down 4, you collect 6, it equals to 10. You put down 2, you collect 3, it equals to 5. You put down 6, you get 9, it equals to 15. You put down 8, you get 12, it equals to 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Mars, the ram is number 32, and the pig is number 32. Also to note, in your ABCD10, there is your ABC equaling to 6 or 60 seconds on the clock to what is your vibration, right? DCB equals to 9 or 90 seconds, right? So instead of a minute being 60 seconds, perhaps a minute should be 90 seconds, or an hour should be 90 minutes. 16 hours a day. 16 hours a day by 90 minutes equals to 1,440 minutes. Do you know how many minutes there are in our day? There's 1,440 minutes. The nighttime, right, if it was 90 minutes, right, then you would have 720 minutes equals to 2,160. The nighttime, 90 minutes by 8 hours. The split of this day is 4 by 4 equals to 16. 4 plus 4 equals to 8, equals to your 24 hours a day. To the 16 hours of the day, to the 8 hours of the night. If our trueness was out here and we were working at this, oh, by the way, this is related to the moon over here. And 2160 equals to 12. What is that? 25,920. The long great Mayan count is 12 times 2160, equaling to that. The cube equals to this 21 right over here. 2 and 1. And it's for our base creation 6 of the half-life. Interference in between the 2 and 6, right? What it is that the word 80 in French is called 80. Now this is going to be electric. And the reason for that is when you say cat, you're saying cat, cat. I hear cat, 80, which also means 4 by 20. You're not saying 60, you're saying 4 by 20. You can't, you say 60 in one word, you say 80 this way. But when you need to say 70, you're going to go 60 and 10. So right away you would understand that your creation brings on that 10 life. Creation, right? The creation from Mars brings on that 10 life. Either we're put into the Mars trap or put into the Earth trap. Whatever it is, we're in that trap. But we know through all the numbers and all the relationships that we know it exists. Now when you say 90, you use both this one in 80 and this one in 70, and you drag it into your 90 birth by going 4 times 20 and 10. 80 exists. You don't even say and 10, you just say 90, the straight. I'm going to get a glass of water in the kitchen. I'm going to come back. I know I'm a little bit all over the place, as normal. I connect things to 1, 4, and 7. Now I have to understand, if I'm at 4, where am I? If I'm at 4, I'm 2, 4, 6, 8, right? Where does my 4 connect? What happens when I get 4? What is 4? Is it one number of 4, right? Or is it 2 numbers to make 4? Is it a 1 and 3, 4? Or is it a 2 and 2, 4? But irregardless, that 4 will be our mirror. That 4 will make us complete. See that? 6 and 4 equals to 10. The reverse is 1 and 3 equals to 4. Your communication within the moon, your cycles that we run, 3 years and 1 year, sitting over here. 6 and 4, 1.5 times. Or sky pass, where we get 5 and 5 equaling to 53, the sky pass, creation of the E world, and the 8 equaling to the queen. And then we get 2 and 2, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4 and 4. The heavens divided up into 3 and cycling as 120. Mars and the word puck equal to 51. Inside of 51 is 4, 3, 2, earth vibration. 3 times 1,440 minutes in a day equals 4,320 earth's vibration. 108 or 1080 or 1080, I think it's, let me see. You see this camera here? Can you read it? 1080, 1 and 8. The completion of 10. The 1 and 8 is where that Mercury moon comes in, the central to all. So why would the sun be where it is, and why are we imagining the sun to be where it was? Imagine if the sun was here, right? And everything else went up like this, like a chalice. The sun starts down here, and everything goes like this, like a chalice. The sun would be in the center. You'd have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. The vibration of Earth will rock into Mars and all the way down into Venus, and then all the way down towards Mercury, and then around and around. Then we get Jupiter, and then what do we get? We come to the end. We get Pluto. The most extreme of all is Pluto, right at the end. Unless it was up here and everything would be down this way. The inward and outward spirals, one going this way and the other one doing this way. And if we put them together, they can go right through each other. If I did this, when I got to the bottom would be doing this. Wind down, unwind up. Clockwise and counterclockwise. Just wanted to tell you that you can go and check out, thank you, Sin, for the Rubik's Cube pieces to understand. Can you see this over here? This is what I want you to look at. This movement is all according to the Rook. This one over here, let me see if I can design this. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know why I'm jumping into that. I don't want to lose you. It's just a thought on the top of my head, right? So here and here, 2 up, 1 over, right? So if I did that on this, I go 1 and 8. So that would be a 9 equals to 1 and 8. Well, what if I did it again, right? I'm going to do it here, right? I'm going to do it here. And this one over here, right? And this one, okay, is going to be 3, and this one's going to be 8. So now we have, so we do the same thing? Between here and here is 5, right? Well, this one is not right. I don't know why I marked that. Two and 7. 2 and 7 equals to 9. 3 and 8 equals to 9. 5 plus 2 equals to 7. 5 plus 3 equals to 8. The king and the queen, this will be queen. The king will come over here, so we see the king is within Venus. We see the 8 is within Mercury in creation, and we can see what comes out of it. That's right. I like to say ape, 22, or monkey is number 83. Monkey is the extension of 11, 11, 11. Let's call it maybe Rubik's Cube. Let's call it the numbers. This is where it comes from. From the ring understanding, the ring and the pole. 3 and 11 are identical. 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 and 1 equals to 3. There are 3 of them. We'll have 9. We'll have 9, right? But what we have here, right, take a look. That's 14. But it's 14 dot and it's 22 void. So that's going to be, we're going to use this one and this one together as 2 times 2 equals to 4, and 2 plus 2, right, equals to 4, and 4 equals to 8. You know, if I did it to the plus and the minus, it'll be 0 and 1, right? Which looks like a 10, but let's leave that one out. I'm just saying I didn't talk about that. So what we have is we have 3 and 8, in which the queen, the dog, let me see, the queen, the dog, the card, the game, your soul, this is bronze, this is your base creation. This will give you a pound. It'll also give you a K-pound. The queen will give you your 17. It will also give you a balance with the queen. And why I say that is because the J letter is the 10th letter in the alphabet, okay? And the reverse is the Q letter, 17. 17 and 10, they go together and they balance each other off inside the house of bait. At the same time, all this was valued at this. It becomes 12 and 8, right? Although it's equal to 20 and 5, the plus, and sorry, 4. Why did I mark 5? 4 and 20. With 5 4s that create 20. But 1 and 2 equals to 3 and 8, right? What is this? There are 12 times 3 colors equaling to 24. Wow, my math is terrible today. There are 12 by 3 equals to 24. And now there's going to be 8. No, wow. 12 by 2 equals to 24, and 8 by 3 equals to 24. And then 6 by 1, okay, equals to a total of 6. 6, 6, 6. What is this? There are around Rubik's Cube, right? Around Rubik's Cube. Around this in Rubik's Cube, right? Around this in Rubik's Cube, there are a total of 18 cubes. The corners of Rubik's Cube, right? There are a total of 8. There is 1 to the core. in this one, in this over here, it'll have 24 colors. This one over here has 0 colors. This one over here has 30 colors. What wraps around this cube, or the sign of NASA, right? If you don't want to say that word, you can also say this, right? NASA, the limo to the Mona Lisa, the Da Vinci Code. What is the hidden secrets inside of that? So we can see what's going on over here. The next one, okay, is the reverse of this. I'm just trying to show you what the numbers do, how perfect they are. I'm not trying to give you any answers to solve a mystery in this planet, because I'm just putting stuff together. And as I put it together, I add the stories in over time, right? And in this one over here, right, we're going to get what is this and this, right? The 1 and the 8. Let me see if I got this, right? And then in the lower one, we're going to do this again. We have the 1 and the 8 equaling to 9. And we're going to do this here. Right? You notice when I only put just a little bit, it was hard to see, but if I filled it in, it was easier to see. So here's the 1 and the 8. Now at the same time, I want to see if I can follow the same pattern. So here, right? And here, right, is the 2 and the 9 equals to 11. The difference in this one, as we did over here, between 1 and 8, 7 plus 1 equals to 8. And here, it's going to be 7 plus 2 equals to 9. So there's a story going on in here. The heaven's birth, okay, in the house of Venus, the 2 moons of Mars to the 1 moon Anal, or Luna, at the 7th gate. We have both moons. One is in the heavens, the other's within the birth. This is the moons of Mars. This is going to be the moon in our sky, which is going to be a Mercury moon playing a role inside of Venus. And this is playing a role inside of Mercury, which is associating Earth and Mars together, bringing our 9 birth to our 8 heaven. And this is going to be 2 cubed and 3 squared, right? And Rubik's Cube, okay, a Rubik's Cube is going to be 3 squared, and Mars is going to be 2 squared. This is going to equal to 27, and this one's going to equal to 8, which is actually this is what Mars is, right? Now what happens, right? The Earth one is here. What happens is now if I split this all apart, okay, I split this all apart, and I come in with the Mercury, right? And I come in with the Mercury, and what happens is I end up with 8 surrounding 1. And there's 3 levels, but we don't get to see the second level. So there's 3 levels of this. That's 27. We only get to see 26 of them. The other one's the controlling piece that's in the heart of this. It's a control within the heart of Rubik's Cube. Each one of these, okay, remember we were put together, right? Each one of these has 6 sides. Each one of these has 21 dots. Now, I have a question about this compared to this, right? Do I get 9 dots out of this one, right? Or do I only get 4 dots out of this one? I can crisscross this in every single way. I cannot crisscross this. This will be my pound. Mars will be my star. It's a Mars star. And it becomes the Earth pound. And this will be the star 8. And 39 and 19, the word star is 58. It's also noted that it's in the heavens, where the pound, okay, is in creation. Where do I get that information? Right over here. We have the Venus at location sign. We have the 3 pound with the $4 sign, right? This is going to connect your rook or your wings together. Your 3 times 3, your 3 plus 3, create your rotation in 6 and 9, your birth to the light of life, equaling to what is 8, the heavens. When 5 and 8 come together, this is what you're talking about. Exactly what I said. When your 6 comes together, there's a hat. And that hat is joining between 7 and 8. It joins 6 with 8 with 7 at the gate, where your DNA comes in, where you're broken up, turn around, backwards DNA. Look at that sign. It's backwards. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 creates 8 and 6, and you come into the heavens of the moons of your birth. This is the way it's set up. Again, we have the star over here. Notice the way this one is not even straight. It's on an angle. Addition, subtraction, faux bus, subtraction, D-mus, USB key. This one, again, this one can be Mars or Earth, depending on how you want to set up your pound key. Because if I do 1, and I do 2, and I do 3, and I do 4, and I just continue these lines, I end up with this. That if I went to the star, right, I'd end up with this. So is this my subtraction and this my addition? Or is this my addition and multiplication to where I create the half-life? I take this star and I put it over here. At the same time, I take this star and I put it over here. And I keep on going. And I take this same star and I put it over here. And then I take the star again and I put it over here. And I'm just so glad that a good Lord Creator is with us, because if the good Lord Creator wasn't with us, we wouldn't be able to notice what we were shared. Look at that. We have the 0. Now, when you look at the 0, it's actually just connecting this set of numbers, this set of numbers, this set of numbers, this set of numbers, or this set of numbers. When you go on this angle, you can see the way the hexagon comes out. I'm going to show you that. When you take this, also to note that I should actually be doing my designs like this and not like this. The setup of the brick system. Setting up the brick system, what gives you your high IQ is that when this is set up, right, you can see that we have the I over here. And then at the same time, we turn it the other way, we have the H. We also have the 5. And the 2. And encompass in here, we create a life inside of here or inside of here. You see these two? The half-life? Half-life living in between these two different elements, between these two bricks. So what I'm going to do in here, I wanted to show you, I was ranting and now I forgot why I took that out. Just give me a second to stare down in it for a second. Yes, okay, I remember. Okay. So what happened is we're going to take this, right? We're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And we create the hexagon inside of this. Now, I lost my vision for a second. now we have the cube that just pops out of here. You can see the way the cube just pops out. And now we either use these two corners or we use these two corners in understanding. See the way the 3 is this way and the 3 is that way, right? Those are the two differences. When it's this way, I'm not going to say the 6 is up because these are not the professional dice, right? So it's either the 6 or 1 up, or it's going to be the 2 and the 5 up. And then this is what's going to happen, which way it's pointing, what the story is. You can go in the box. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come here. Come here. Come here. Good girl. You're a good girl. You got that communication antenna up? You're eating the hairballs? Are you burying everything in the sand so all the information dries out? Not like the dog, eh? The dog wants to pee next to the hydrant, wants to poop next to the hydrant, right? Although it's just a tail. But what happens is that once you put a little bit of water into that poop, it stays nice and fresh. It breaks apart so we can see all the information. Not like you want to hide it all. But the doggy ego wants to just share it with everybody. Okay, stop showing me your butt. Okay, so I just want to turn this around for a minute. Yeah, and I was working on this also just to show you what this is. What this is right off of here, right? We're going to look at number 6. So 9 and 6 equals to 15, right? Then what we have is we have 7 and 8 equals to 15, right? Then we have 1 and 5 equals to 6. 2 and 4 equals to 6. These are all 6s. There's a total of 42. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 creates 8 and 6. Now when we do the 8, right? When we do the 8, let me see if I can do the 8 somewhere. Okay, let me create another one for the 8. I'm going to use up this one over here. When I do the 8, right, I'm going to connect 3 and 5, 8. Right, let me do that over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get 6 and 2, 8. We have to remember that we have these dice, right? You can only see 6 sides. Just give me a second. I'm going to answer this. Yeah, go ahead for 1 minute. I'm doing a video, so I'm not going to speak very much. Okay, which one? Who came in? It's big, huge. Huge. Who came in? Oh, it's huge. Like 20, 22. Just give me a second to do a full synopsis. 21, 25, 35, 40, 60, 8,500 divided by 2 is 4,200 divided by 4,200 divided by 7. 4,200 by 7 is 6. 15 something. Yeah. Okay, ciao. Okay, sorry about that. I rarely do that, but where am I? Okay. Yeah, I put down that 5 minutes. I rather put this up over here. So I'm gonna continue on to show you this. Yeah, so we have the 6 and 2 and the 3 and the 5, right? So we have the 6 and 2, we have the 3 and 5. We also have the 8, which is the 7 and the 1, 8, right? So what we're going to do is, wow, I'm missing colors. I'm missing colors. I need a color. Can I use this one? Okay. So we're going to do these two over here, and that's the 7 and 1, 8. Now, this is the shoelace. Well, I call this one the shoelace. The reason for that is you have to have the beginning and the end of the shoelace. This is not, I don't believe this is the end of the shoelace. I believe when you count in 12s, right, you have the shoelace, both ends of the shoelace. Here, I call it incomplete, although it is complete for this fact. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5 is in the center, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you cross the star system over them, right, you create the end of the shoelace in this, but I like to look at this as my 12. This is your birth, right? Sorry. The 9 is your birth, and this would be your birth day. The reason for that is here you're going by 12 months. Here you only spent 9 months of birth. The first time you ever see 12 is with 9 and 3. The first time you ever see 13 is 9 and 4. All in your birth, into your mirror birth. Each one of them are going to hold alternative realities in their own realm. They work together. When you have this 12, you have this. When you have this 13, you have this, the sun system. When you have 7 and 5, now the moon came in. The male and the female, the two triangles, and the moon comes in. 5G. Right? And over here, what comes in is 7 and 6. To the spirit of 76, Earth and Mars comes in and is replaced or is associated now, making it complete to the gateway of your sixth life after your birth, right? Is going to be Uranus, right? That's where your 1 and 6 comes together at the 7th gate. 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 4. 3 and 4, right? You have 4, 5, and 6, 15. And this is the way it works. The Saturn square works in 15, and this one over here is going to be 12. 12 and 15, the reverse alphabet of 12 and 15 is LO. They're the reverse of each other, equaling to 27 in the house of 8. The VE into the E world is going to be the 4 and 5 coming together, and that's going to also be 27. So your L and your O, the total over here, right, is 12. The total over here is 15. But when you write off, let me see again. Yes, number 5 is the E. Number 4 is this. 4 and 5 and 3 and 6. Did you know that 3, 4, 5, 6 are the only duplicates on these cubes? You see it here, right? And then you see it again here. 3, 4, 5, 6, right? What it is there's 3 missing in the middle here. There's 4 missing on the outside here. There's 6 missing, 3 and 3 on the outside here. On the cross is 5 missing. 3, 4, 5, 6, and it says love. It's love in the sun. 7 come 11. What you see and what you don't see. 7 come 11. That's your Rubik's Cube. So this is your 1 and 8. Where else? We did the 8s. We did this 8, this 8. There is no 4 and 4, 8. I'm not going to work on the 4 and 4, 8, right? 4 and 4 gets doubled for 8, just like 3 and 3 gets doubled for 6. We're not going to work with that. Unless I want to put 1, 2, 3, right? Let me see if I can do that. If I want to add the 2 and 3 in here for 5 plus the 1 equals to 6. Your 3 and 2 play your role over here. So that's this basic, I don't know, oh yes, right at the beginning, right, I was talking about we're doing Western astrology. Let me get to that. Let me see what else I haven't done. And I have a coffee around here that I made 2 days ago. Not sure where it is, right? I'm going 10-7. Rest in peace. Right? This is this is a trucker. I'm a going, right? Ema is mother, right? Going, go in, 22 and 23 is 45. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 is 7. You're going to sleep. You're going to sleep on earth. You're 1-7 in your gateway. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. Going to sleep. Closing down the day moon, perhaps bringing in the night moon. I feel like I'm going a little bit too fast. CB codes. I think that's going to bed. Let me see what that says over here. Just give me 1 second. Okay. I'm going to see, yes, we talked about Western astrology. Now, the funny thing about Western astrology, why are we not talking about East? Why are we not talking about East? Why are we talking about West? I'm just trying to move around my screen. Why West? West is 67, East is 45. 45 Fox 666. West is telling me about our life, our Mars life. When we win, we get the 7th gate. We get paid off. When you play the 8 and 6, the heavens, when you come into life, into the heavens, 8 and 6, if you're on the 6 side or whether you're on the 8 side, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, you still have the 7th gate. The payout, okay, for rolling, okay, a 6 or an 8 is going to be 7 when you put down 6 chips, which means if the payout is 1, is it 1 and 1? Is it 1? The payout is 1 and 1/6. So what is that calculation, 1 and 1/6? I have to do that, 1 and 1/6. 7 divided by 6 equals, that's what it equals to. 16666, 911 if you look at it the other way. Well, I'm getting a huge headache. I don't know what it is, whether it's the wind or something. Yeah, so inside the word West is spelled with EST. And EST is also noted to be for 44, dividing the night and the day into thirds, 16 hours to the day, 8 hours to the night. Also, EST, which is in French, means east. It says east in French, and it says east. It says, in English, it says west. It says east, east. When it says west, it says actually east within the word, or creation in the east. Create the W in front of it. It says the BC creation. So it's, why is it the Western astrology? The W is the 23rd letter. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 2, 2 and 3. Just give me a second over here. I'm trying to look at something. Boy. Just give me a second. So we have, and also to note They both finish with this. One is EST, one is AST. 1 and 5. You have to note that this area over here is the 1 position, right? But it's played in the 5 position. The 1 dot is played in the 5 position. So then you have south and you have north. See the way the T is last, the T is last, the T is second to last, because we come into the heavens of time. The spirit of time, the heavens of time. TH, from 4th all the way to 20th. There was something else I wanted to add to all of this. I'm just a little bit all over the place. I feel like I'm rushing something. I don't know why. Just give me a second and let me try and catch up. So that was your basic thing between how you get your 6 and how you get your 8, right? Oh yes, we have one more 8. We have this one. We have 9 and 8 equals to 17. 1 and 7 equals to 8. So then there's going to be some math equations. 9 times 8 equals to 72. And then 9 plus 8 equals to 17. So here, right, we're going to bring both moons together at the 7th gate. And it's going to count for Mercury and Venus. That's what I like to call the Earth moon and the Mars moons as the controlling moons from Mercury and Venus. We have South time heaven and North time heaven, bringing 2 systems together. This one over here. This one brings 2 systems together. Just trying to, 28 and 33, 61. Did I get 75 out of North Electric? North Electric? This one over here is good. Every time I see this here, this is number 29, right? It breaks things up. It separates things. It's also in pi. Pi begins this way, 3.1415. It equals to 29, and 28 is 57. It's divided by the R, the 18th, the one spirit in the heavens. It's actually directly coming out of the moon, this one over here, inside the south and the north pole. So this one is going to count for the moon. Perhaps this counts for the sun. This will be 28, and this will be 34. And then you have 21 in the center. 7, 3, 1, 2, 9, just trying to think, 291, 731, 731, 291. Anyways, this one over here brings 2 systems together. This one is going to be in the pole. I'm assuming, I'm just trying to just give me a second, 28, 28, 38, 48, 49, 59, 69, 79, 83. Okay. Creation of the heavens. Okay. And then this one comes into the pole. Does that mean this one has to do with the sun? Do you follow what I'm saying here? Electric is 75. Moon is 57. Both of them are in time heaven. Everything begins at 4th and after. This perhaps does not begin. This year is going to be related to 666. It's also going to be related here to the gold and dividing between the night and the day. This one is 44. How did I get that one? Right. No. Sorry. Not 44. This one is, the reason I said that is because the E and the S and the T, right? Forget about this here. This is going to be 44 and this is going to be 45, right? They're going to connect together. These two connect together. An odd overlaps and even. And the reason I'm telling you this is because of this little design. Okay, what is this question? What AB using Gematrinator? What AB using? Can you explain that question a little bit? What AB using Gematriator? Gematria. If you're counting 1 through 7, okay? So yes, if I was counting through Gematria or Gematria, these numbers would say something different. West, I think if I W, X, Y, Z, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so W is 4, E is 5, is 9, S is 6, and 7 is 13. West would be 22, and it would be go, ape, and bust, right? It's also going to be part of the division between night and day, connecting of the heavens. If I did East, it would be 13, 14, and 5. It would be 19, connecting two worlds together. We'd have 22 West, we'd have 19 East. East is going to connect the birth world, okay, with the beta world, with the duplicate world. It's going to connect them both together. The West is going to bring in the Mars moons, and we're using Western astrology. So we must be using the Mars astrology, right? Well, we're using both, but there's two different star systems that are connected together. I don't know how to explain that. Yes, the gematria calculator is helpful, but what should I go look at with that? I basically know most of the numbers, and yes, I know if I went into the gematria, they tell you a whole bunch of stories with numbers, and I'm trying to keep this basic right now. If one day this group gets any larger, we'd start working in group sessions. We'll start spreading everything out. Right now, we know for sure the story that is being told. It's a true story that we can find relationships, right, and truth with odds, whether it's this, whether it's this, whether we use the deck of cards in this. You do know that in the deck of cards, right, I'm just going to separate some of the cards, not all the cards. Right? And again, I want to go back to something I didn't finish yet, is that when ace is 11, okay, I want to write this down. Ace is 11 in blackjack, and where the 10, right, I'm going to put T for 10 equaling to 20. I'm going to put J, Jack, right, and J for 10, right, and I'm going to put Queen. I'm going to show you this in a minute. Whoop. Just to note that the king and the queen is going to come into I went over three things at once in my head. Okay, I'm going to bring down my camera. That all of these, when you play blackjack, this becomes 11. These all become 10. You end up with 40 and 11 equaling to 51. Back to Mars. When you add up the queen and the king equaling to 103, Earth and Mars equal to 103. The J and the C comes out to 103, and sometimes you say it's Jesus. Earth is number 52, 7 and 7 is 14 to the band of the ring. The 14 band to the 11 pole void of the cube. Or if you want to switch those numbers around, you're going to see the word Jack equals to 25. The short count for Earth equals to 25. The 25th letter, or how about by? The 25th and the second letter. And when you do this area over here is going to be the 225 degree mark. where we have 216 to 225, 225 to 234, which where we're left with 675, 666, and 684. 666 and 234 for 90. 684 and 216 for 90. 432, I'm just going to do it this way just to show you our vibration runs with our birth over here. Always in the 9. This one over here, okay, our vibration. Your vibration to one side, your vibration to another side. 2 times this will equal to this. 666 and 234 is the 90 degrees. 675, this is going to connect to the electric moon, to life on Earth, 22.5. Double it up is 45. We have Fox 45, 6 and 15 and 24. The reverse of this is going to be 53, 62, and 8, 44, and 33. I do it this way is because when we're looking at numbers, right, we have to understand. See this over here where 33 is? We can't duplicate it. We can duplicate our 78 and 69, but we can't duplicate our 33, so the design ends up doing this. This is just was done quick. I have no excuses for it. I'm not sure if I can, in which way I can change it. I'm not sure if I can do an open space for 33, like leave 33 over here in the lower part, but this is the way it's been done in the base formation. Right, so if I wanted to go to the Gematriator, let me see. So I'm gonna go up to my screen over here, and I'm just gonna put that up here, and then I'm gonna just do this. So you're talking about this, right? Is that what you're talking about, right? And I can just put in, right? So I just put in energy, right? And then I'm going to, then I put in Jesus. So look at that. Jesus 74. Let me see if we can screenshot this. Wow, this one's, wait, it won't show me this. Why won't it show me? Hold on a second. Let me see something. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see. Where is it? Blah, 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 blah. Wow, it's not here. Oh, yeah, here it is. So hold on a second. It won't show up here. I don't get it. Okay, we'll just do it over here. Okay. So we can see over here, right? So the other thing about this is, see inside these words, they're not the same. You see, in energy, there's no S. So we got 10, 20, 23, 28, 29. We're going to reduce all of these 1. So this becomes 1 and 5 is 6 and 10, 16, and 3 is 19, 29. When I reduce this, it's 555977. 555977. Take out all repeating numbers. Jesus, right? All repeating. First you take out the first S because we already see it. So instead of Jesus being 74, Jesus becomes 55, and then it says Sky Pass. If you take out both S's inside of Jesus, which is 38, it becomes 36. It's a base creation. right? Your creation of the sixth life, or the sixth light, your nine birth. Creating the house of 8, 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. See, it shows me 49, is that reduction? What is it? What am I going to use the reduction for? Right? And when I see 49, it's also 64, right? Zion, Israel. When I see 49, I also see this finger, my marriage finger and my birth. When I see 59, it reminds me of the tiger and the dragon. It also tells me that within 5 and 9 is life of 68. 1 plus 5, 1 minus 9 is 68. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. We live in the birth into the E world at the 7th gate between 6 and 8, the heavens of light. The 7th gate, the lunar moon. Passing on that 6 and 2, equaling to the earmuffed Mars moons connected to Earth. So we can see that in energy is the same thing. Although we get 74 in energy, right? What we're going to do in energy is I'm going to remove 1, 5. I'm going to have 69. So now I'm going to have rotation of 33, right? I'm also going to take out both of them. It's going to give me 64. Take out both the repeating numbers. At the same time, when I go full reduction, I get 7, and 7 is 14, and 9, 23, and 15. I get 38 full reduction. But in full reduction over here, okay, I'm going to get to 11. 38, energy, ape, monkey, club. 38 represents also gold. 3 and 8, my energy. They're not the same, and I don't see this in here. How come I don't see what I just said in here? Maybe I do because there's a lot of ciphers. I don't know all the ciphers that they've done. I don't know all their ciphers. I don't. Yes, in ciphers you have other systems, just like I create other systems myself. You have capitals added, you have standard, you have Latin, you have Sumerian, you have reverse Sumerian, you have single reduction. I don't know all of them. You have square, you have Fibonacci, you have reverse primes. I'm not fluent in all of this. I know over time, taking my skeleton of my work and implicating this, we're going to see what else we're going to come up with. I completely understand. I wish I can put on my hat right now. I want to take out this deck of cards. I wanted to wait a second. Let me see where we were at. I wrote down the word buy, and the thing about the word buy is we had Earth as number 25 with the letter Y. The reverse alphabet is B. I do want to tell you that the game of pool, right? The game of darts, hockey, baseball, football in NFL, football CFL, 3 downs and 4 downs, the Earth and Mars, the creation coming together from the CFL, 110 yards, 110 volts, right? Look at this. Watch this out. You want to see where your vibration stems? How many volts when you plug into 110? What is the minimum maximum? (108 to 128). 128 to 256 to 512 gigabytes to 1024, 1024, 6 times 4, 6 plus 4, where 6 and 4 are 20% away from the 5, the E world area. 20% of 5 equals to 1. Plus 5 minus 5, or V1 or 1V1, which creates the M letter. Understanding the M is 1000. Also to note that now that I jumped into this, we have the 108. It's that 108, right, times 4 equals to your 432 vibration. We're working at 110. 110 of the towers that came down times 4 equals to 440. Did you know that we had 110 equals to 1 plus 1 equals to 2. We had another 110 equals to 1 plus 1 equals to 2. And then guess what? We had building 7, which is 47, which equals to 11, which equals to 1 plus 1 equals to 2. All the buildings that came down. Today, we are on 22.8. We connected life to the heavens on this day. We have the November, we have day 2, and in the calendar, it's 2024, equaling to 8. If we wanted to multiply it, we get another answer. The IT system of the sun, the beginning of the word Italy, 29. Okay, that is your first base of Venus creation. The ly coming at the end of a word is number 37, the creation of the gate. So I'm trying to see what's going on with that letter. 37 and 29 equals to 66. Okay, so now we're connecting up to 5775. I'm going to show you that in a minute. 60. So that would be 67. Wow. So there's 5 letters, right? We have a gateway connected right here in Italy. Let me write that down. Very interesting. Very interesting. The Cuban creation and a gateway. The 7 and the 9 are very special. They're very, very special, right? When you see the 7 over here and you see the 9 over here, this is in the left wing, this is in the right wing. Okay, it's the 147 equaling to 12 where the 7 is found. It's the 369 equals to 18 where the 9 is found. L12, R18. The I and R play from the heart. The 9th plays from the heart. There's 8 that go around this 9th area. This one over here, where am I? Right, your base of this is what's going to fabricate this. 1.5 times this equals this. It's always 1.5 times, right? That's the Mars world, 1.5 times. That's why I say we should have 90 minutes or 90 minutes, 90 seconds or just 90 minutes, right? Inside of every single hour. So our 24-hour day, right, would make 2160. Is that right? 2160. That 2160 is the same diameter as the moon. Where are we? Just give me 1 second to write something down back on this. So when I spoke about this over here, this 37, right, and this 29, I didn't say it right because they're not equal, right? This is going to tell me, this one here, you see this? This is my creation of the gate, and this is your birth coming in through Venus. Your 9 and 7, right? If you go to the ATM, you have PQRS. They remove the Q and they put it on the 1. When you go, this is the 7 key. When you go to WXYZ, right? Just give me a second over here. Okay, when you go to WXYZ, the total is 98. They remove the Z or the 26th letter, it reduced down to 27 coming into the house of 8 through the 7th gate, right? And this 7th gate shows up right over here. Not here. See, the 7th gate is over here, right? But it's in with Venus, alpha, beta coming together in creation. But I'm in here, right? This is where the 7th gate is in the void. Here, the 7th gate is included within this. We've separated these two sides. Now, we either separated 2, 3, 6 with 4, 7, 8. But if I turn the cube this way, right, I've come together with 1, 2, 4, and 6, 8, 9. All you have to do is, well, not take a look at that, but take a look at this, right? We have the 1, 2, 4. We have the, let me push this up here. We have the 1, 2, 4 with the 6, 8, 9. We have the 2, 3, 6. Like, this is no guessing game with 4, 7, 8. And this is the way this thing is set up, right? Here is a wing. Did I show you the wings? I'm going to do this. Here's the wings, right? There's a wing here. In this wing, we create 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. In the second wing, we create 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 30 and 10, that's how the tennis match scores. You have 9 and 6, 15, 7 and 8, 15. And then you end up with your 10, and then you win the game, or whatever you want to call it. So what happens, okay, is the Q is removed and the Z is removed as the 17th and 26th letter. The total equals to 43. DC, Earth and Mars, and they're both number 8. It was moved over to the 1, and the 1 holds control. Now the thing is, when it holds control, okay, now there's a couple of designs I'd have to make with this. What this is, right? What is the difference between this and this? This is where Mercury, Earth. This one over here in the corners, I like to put the Mars window. Window 88, right? You need 4 by 22 to equal to 88. Or how about 88022? Trump equals to 88. Ape equals to 22. Window, you have Pegasus, like Andromeda, or your DNA place, Pegasus, like Jesus, right? This sometimes is mentioned as a J in French, equals to 88. Purple equals to 88. If I go ahead and count this row, right? Hold on a second, I'm going to do this. When I count the inside area over here, 1, and then around it over here, okay, that'll be 1, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, and 48. 40 plus 48 equals to 88. 32 plus 24 plus 16 plus 8 equals to 80 plus 1. In French, they say 80. I'm not sure which way you write it, which means 4 by 20. But when they say 81, they say 80. Now, hold on, 80, which almost sounds like, if you were to repeat it and think about it, it's almost like saying 4 times 21 equals to 84. They're directly imposing Pluto on us. The numeric value for Pluto is 84. The numeric value for Mars is 51. It just so happens the Pyramid of Giza, okay, the angles is both 51 and 84, and then the third angle is at 42, which is the split gate. Right over here, 51, 84 degrees, and then the split gate. Your 53 is on top. That's where the queen rules in the E world, your base creation. You're standing, I'm not sure if they're showing the lower area 40 as your 10, 10, 10, 10 coming together. This is the Monopoly board. Take a look at it for a minute. Just trying to move my camera over so I can do two things at once. Just give me a second. I'm just looking for something. Whoa. I just lost my page. Just give me a second. Whoa, I just lost my page. That was really weird. Okay, forget about that. What I was looking for, I couldn't find it. I tried to show you back. So why is this Monopoly? Because Monopoly has square properties in the corners. Why is this Mars? Because Mars, okay, is a 2 cubed, while Earth is a 3 cubed. It goes to the heart. These are the train tracks. The train tracks own both sides, the land on each side. The properties, the corner properties own land on each side. Right? So the only thing you ever get to play with, right? This is all owned by the corners, right? And this is all owned by the track over here. So this is what is left over. And one of them is pay a tax, and I forget what the other one is, but I don't want to get into this Monopoly thing right now. What you can see over here is 81 is Venus. 80 without the 1 is going to be bronze. 88 will create 80 by the virtue of 8 times 8 equals to 64, and 8 plus 8 equals to 16 equals to 80. To note that 6 and 4 equals to 10, that 1 plus 6 equals to 7 equals to 17, or 1 and 7, 17 to the low side, or equals to 8. Like I said, the ATM, right, moves everything in control to the 1 position. When you put, if I would put, hold on a second. Let me see, did I get that? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Trying to look for, yeah. See the way the QZ is put on here? So the QZ is put over here. It's taken off from PQR. PQR is now 53. Again, back to the 538. The reverse of the 538, right? The 538 is the 246 on the cube. 538, Whoop, hold on a second. I see it myself. The 538, the 246. So everything is being explained between this Rubik's Cube. The Monopoly game is set up as 616. Actually, it's set up as 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 3, 2. Did I get that right? It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Right. You have 2 here, then you have 3 here, then you have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then you have 3 here, and then you have this 1, 2, 3. And this is the Monopoly game, or it's set up as from here over to here is 6, then the one that's shared, then over to here, and these are all the trains. So we're living in one of these sections over here. But since Rubik's Cube, one second. So since Rubik's Cube, right, okay, has one center cube to go all the way around this cube in every way, right, just like the 6 hexagon, you need to have 18 of these going around this, 18 of these going around this, which gives you 19, bringing 2 worlds together. 18 by 18 is 324, your 432 vibration, right? Or high, or the one spirit into heaven, because that 18 is right here. The 8 void to the 1 dot is your 1 and 8, 18. It's also your 3 times 6. 3 plus 6 equals to 18 and 9. It's the heart of everything, your creation, okay? From the 9 birth into the 6 light. Just lost my page again. Okay, here it is. What else was there? See, we don't always want to use, if you can make 3 triangles, only make 2. 3 triangles, you have no movement. If you're working with 1 moon, dropping into 2 moons, dropping into 3 moons, dropping back to 2 moons, coming into 1 moon, bringing the spirit within the soul. How the cube moves within the hexagon. The orphans, or the orphelin, which is the orphan children, as you see, 17, 34, and 6 is equal to 57. 3 numbers, 3 by 19, 57. To the opposite side, orphelin, 1, 20, 14, 31, and 9, right, equals to 75. 7, right, 3 divided by the 5 numbers equals to 15. Right, so we have to understand how that comes together. I'm getting a little bit tired. I think I'm going to cut it short. If you have any questions or comments, or you need to email me, or you know, with a question. $2160, age of Aquarius, 1440 times 1.5. That's a base. So if we get 2160 times 12, I think it's 2160. 2160 times 12 equals to 25,920, which is the long Mayan count. And if you just take the 2 and 5 and add it together, it equals to 7920, which is the diameter of the Earth. Is Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, the aquarium quarter? Who are we? 70% water. So we're the holder of the ocean. We're the holders of the ocean. Do you have anything you can share with us, Franz Bag? Anything that you've done? It'd be nice to see it. So 7 light bat born on the 14th. We have the pole. Also 7 and 14, right, is also the electric moon. 1 and 4 equals to 5. It's after the death, not before the Christ in the world that we were born into. A is on one side, D is on the other side. D, okay, and it's always to the left and to the right, the 2 before and the 2 after. Meaning 4 will go at 3 and 4 will go at 5. 4 and 1 equals to 5. 4 minus 1 equals to 3. So 5775 is both the male. The female, what it is 12. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 2 and 3, equaling to 5. In order to get the 14, it's going to be, we split the gate. It equals to 8 and 6. And then here, right? This is our alpha beta creation coming together. Where we were created as 1 and 2, it flips over to 6 and 5, right? Which equals to 30, and 11 equals to 41, right? This one equals to 14. They're both, one is after the death, before the Christ, in both of them. When it goes the other way, right? This becomes 0, 2, and this becomes 19, bringing two worlds together in Venus. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, bringing us into the sun system, the IT system. This one brings two worlds together. I'm assuming they're the birth into the spirit and bringing together. That's right, the 7th gate of the moon. If we wanted to work out the 23, there's a lot of numbers that get to 23. One of them is 15. One of them is 11. One of them is 20. Well, not 23. I'm not going to use 23 to get to 23. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, okay, equals to 6 and 5 equals to 11, right? 11 equals to 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, okay, equals to 1 and 2, okay, equals to 3. Now, when this answer gets continued, 1 times 2 is 2. Now we have 3 and 2. Now this one will come into this one. The K letter and the O letter, the L letter and the P letter. Pluck, pluck. Another thing to note is if you're talking about the change in the dollars, the change will be less than 100. Okay, and anything less than 100 is less than 100%. We're talking about the dollars. We have 100. We have at least 100%. We have 600%. We have 6 times whatever the value is over here. So you understand where this is? In the dollar sign, we have an area 3. In the change sign, we have an area 2. Now, if we're going to go into hours, I'm a little bit tired to get into that. Oh, yes. Yes. Is that good? Did I do something wrong, or did somebody else post it in the comment section? Let me see what I missed out. There's not very many comments here, right? Let me see. Okay, let me see where I'm at. I'm getting tired. My nose is cold. I want to see what we spoke about, what we didn't speak about. I'm going to do the deck of cards before we end this video. I'm a little bit all over the place. My nose is cold, tired, and hungry. So this is what we're going to do. And that's it. Here is the number 4, time heaven. We teach 2 up, 2 down. Here's the number 6. I don't need the 4 because I have it in the 6. So I get rid of the 4. Here's the 6 and the 7. I have everything inside the 7, right? I don't need the 6. Here comes the 8, right? I have everything inside the 8. I don't need the 7. I use the 7, right? But I don't need it. In our basic of creation, I'm showing you what I need. Nothing shows up. I need the 9. There is nothing to replace the 9. And what does the 9 replace? That inside the 3 and the 2, I need to get rid of one of these cards because there's no other cards like it, correct? So we're going to turn over these cards and look at the ace. The ace dots into 3. So can I throw away the, whoop. The ace dot's in the 3. I throw away the 3. I don't need the ace. I don't need the ace because you can see the ace is in the 9 card. I keep the 2 because I got rid of the 3. I have the 1 here. I've got the 2 moons. I got these 3 cards left over. Equals to a total of 19, bringing 2 worlds together. The Venus is bringing the heavens of birth. 8 by 9 is 72 times 2, the 2 parts of the day, the house of 8 equals to 144, and 19 equals to 163. The one spirit in creation of the 6th life. 6 and 3 is 9. 1, 6 and 3 is 10. 6 by 3 is 18. We come born from the sun, but somehow trapped in the moon. The BEARTH, 54, sun, love. 54 is for the woman's part. 63 is for the male part. When you put the 63 with the 63 9 with the 54 9, it creates both the female and the male part, and equals to a total of 117. 117 or 2 and 7. Again, back to the house of bait, and 117 or 11 comes 7, the void and the dots of these cubes. We can also go to games if you want. Look up the game Sickbo. My eyes are red like anything, it looks like. Look up the game of Sickbo. All the casino games. Know that if you know anything, when you wake up in the AM, it's dark. Usually when it becomes the PM, it's light. PM happens in the light. 16 and 13, 29. AM is 1 and 13 equals to 14, bringing the 2 worlds together. The association of BC. D is connected to BC and A is connected to BC. Yes. Rue de Sésame, Sesame Street. What is your name? The soul is in my name. A-M-E. But I wake up in the A-M without the E because I'm not in the E world, the electronic world, the ego. I am the I go where I am, and in I go, and in another thing to do is the impartial or impair, to impair someone. To drink too much alcohol, have too much spirit, to impair someone. They are now drunken. The D and R in drunken is for the 3rd world. The impair or the ima for the mother. For the père, which is the père in French, for the father. For the odds, impair for the mother. To the père, okay, for the 2 by 2 for the father. So the 2 by 2 on Noah's Ark was the test tubes, 2 by 2. Test 2 by 2, right? Anyways, the Earth, Phobos and Demas. I go to sleep at night. I have Phobos, phobias. I go to sleep at night. I see Demas, demons. Dice cubes. 2 moons of Mars, represented and controlled through Mercury inside, outside of Earth. What gets controlled outside and inside, I'm just a little tired, is that they take the 2 moons of Mars, right? And they rotate them always with this moon. This is the Earth moon, Luna. Backwards, it's anal, which is the backside. Also, annul means to cancel. You put this 1 moon in between the 2 moons of Mars, you have Luna, anal, and Demas, Phobos and Demas. You have the demons and the phobias. And you have the cancel moon, the Luna moon, the 1 moon, which is not actually the Earth moon. I don't believe it's an Earth moon. I believe it's another satellite moon that intercepts the moons of Mars, and we work with 3 moons, Mars and Earth in the E world. There's so many things. I wanted to mention something else, but I think that's going to be it for the night, right? And the moon is 5775, right? I'm going to just show you this one little piece over here. held down by the belt. This over here is where 7 comes in, right? 7 is over here. You see it? Number 7. Can you see the board number 7? You see a 6, but forget about the 6, because what the 6 is doing, if you see the X or the plus sign, well, that's connecting 5 and 7 together on both sides through 6 and 6. Overlapping that is the 8, where 6886 is where it connects the 7th gate, and then the 5 comes in right over here. I'm going to do this really quick, right? And then that's going to be it. I just never stop, you know. I just don't stop, and I'm all over the place. I don't know if I should show this here. Let me do this. Share screen, select the window. Oh, I had this. Look, I could have shared this, right? I could have shared that, right? How can I go back? Right? I was talking about that before. Okay, I wanted to do, hold on a second. I'm going to do this. Hold on a second. Present, share screen, select the window, untitled paint. Okay, allow. Okay, so I'm not sure if you're seeing this or not. Yeah, you are. Okay, so now what it is, whoa. Okay, 1 second. So what this is right here. Right here is number 7. Hold on, we're going to make it in red. We're going to make it larger, right? That's 7, and this is 5. And what happens is we get number 6 right over here, connecting 5 and 7. Okay, and then on the other side, we have the other 5 here. And then we have the other 6 over here. Right? The yellow is 6 and 6, the red is 5 and 7. Now what happens? Whoop, I don't like that. What happens next is right over here. Right over here in that area, under blue, see this blue right here, takes over both sides of 6. That's where number 8 comes in, your 88 window, 80, 80, 88, right over here. That's where your 6 and 8 revert to each other. Fox headquarters, 666 is 888. Now what happens next, right, is we're going to do this one more time, right, and we're going to go down over here. I'm just going to change something, right. This here is right here, placed over the bottom part of 6, the bottom part of 8, not inside the 7, in between 5 and 5, right? In between 5 and 5. Okay, so what happens with that is we note that if we have 6 and 3, 9, we have 4 and 1, 5. Remember the 4 and 1, the A, B, C, D? If we have 4 and 5, 9, we now have the BC world coming together. Before the Christ, inside the Sun system. Also, the female part is number 54. Love is number 54. Love is a perfect word. It's the only one that duplicates. The only ones that don't duplicate is the 1 and the 2. That's where 7 and 8 come together. The queen and the king, right? The 8 comes together with the 6. The 2 comes together with the 5. The E world. This is a backbone to this. This is our base of who we are. 11 creation. Born on the cross. And it's the cross because it crosses through this. It's how this connects. Okay, I don't think I can go on. If you want to know about, I don't know what happened to that. Okay, let me look. So, yeah, so we can't forget about Rubik's Cube. I'm going to do the Roman numerals. I'm going to write this down for my next video. I'm going to do the Roman numbers. If you want, I can work on the Zodiac. We have to keep asking me questions so we can have a little direction, because I don't know what I can do. I do everything that I can do. All right. It's like fish upon my wish. We're going to do the Roman numerals, the Zodiac. We're going to connect together what 1776 is going to say. We're going to work with Einstein, just his name, Neptune. We have to note that E-I-E-I-O, or Jack and Jill, or Humpty Dumpty, whichever one you want to do. Then we have the Eensy Weensy Spider that went up the water spout. I don't really know that one, but I'll have to figure it out. Then we have the reverse Roman numerals. We have 666 star. The 666 star is right over here. We have the number rotation. Muhammad, energy, beast, Jesus, Messiah, cycle of our planet, everything runs under numbers 7 and 4. The cycle is 3 years, starting on February 29th is when it starts. We start on February 29th, right? And should we use this as a floating day? It actually is a floating day, because it moves more for the Chinese zodiac than anything else, right? 14 days after Valentine's Day is the end of the ring cycle, the 14 that are around here. When you want to know your base creation, see that one dot and the 14 around, Valentine's in the 2nd month, or Valentine's in the 11th month. 11, 1 and 1 is 2. The 2nd month is 2. On the 14th day, pi is 3.1415. In a leap year, February becomes 1415 to that Valentine's Day, in which Valentine's Day is the 45th day of the year. Fox 45, 666. It connects to love. There's so many things. So we have the cycle of 4 years that ends on February 28th. And it begins on February 29th. You have to run the 4-year cycle. Ape, monkey, orangutan, chimpanzee, and all of these are the backbones in certain numbers of creation. Also to note that monkey is 83, that club is 38, that gold is 38, creation of the heavens, right? When you play blackjack and they're calling for monkey, 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 and when you start calling for the monkey, right, where are you in the game? You have a 12. They start calling for monkey when the croupier or the dealer has a 12. And I don't care if you have 12, 13, 14, 15, or 16, you're calling for the monkey. How the game of blackjack works, how it connects to these cubes. Blackjack equals to 54. Black and red, negative and positive, interchange with each other according to games. This is the game of roulette. They're all the game of roulette. How many do I need before they duplicate? What happens to my yardstick? 3 times 12 inches is 36. The X and Y, I connect the X with a straight line to the Y with 3 straight lines. There should be 3, but I have to do it this way. These 2 are the black, these are the red, the X. So you can see the pattern begins there. X, Y, X, Y. 1 line, 3 lines, 1 line. And then I flip it the other way, paddywhack. If you notice over here, where should be a 1 in this dark area, the number 1 goes from this. 1 and 9 equals to 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 and 8 equals to 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. 3 and 7 equals to 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. Now the thing about this is, they're both red numbers, positive. They're both black numbers. They're both red numbers, it stays red. They're both red numbers, it stays red. 28 is black, black numbers, it stays black. 1 continues on going like this: red, black, red, black, red, black, positive and negative, positive and negative. Okay, exhausted, tired, hungry. It's not late here. It's 11 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time. My head is cold. I usually like to work with something on my head. I like to keep my head warm. I didn't do it tonight. Maybe that's why I'm a little bit tired early into the video. I have 11,000 videos, and you can see what happened at the beginning and how I started. I had a vision. Believe it or not, I saw a woman that looks like she was from Columbia Pictures. Let me see if I can look at it here. Columbia Picture logo. I basically saw this in the sky. You can't even see it, right? See the way she's holding on to the U, right? Anyways, I'm not going to get into that piece right now. When you see Bia in Colombia, the B looks like a 13, bringing the house of bait, birth into the divided world. The word sun and the word ace. You divide the alphabet at the 13th and the 14th. The in-between is 13.5. ACE. Sun reduced is the same numeric value. There's a right angle. There's a right angle and a left angle inside a sun. It gets split over here. The I shows up over here. The H shows up over here. It's the D and the C that comes together. The 4 and the 3 that comes together. The reverse of that, okay, is the X and the W equaling to 47, the numeric value for time. Here it's number 7. 7 up a level. The fourth level of this is this. 7 reduces to 2. Well, guess what? 7 and 2 fit right here. This becomes the H. The spread. The split in the center becomes the I. The right angle, or how about the Z? The left angle, right? How about the N? The total, and it says Heinz 57, and how about the flag of great? This one over here is 26, and 7 is 33, 51, just like Mars and Britain. 73 like Nibiru, creation of the gateway. But everything should actually, the flag has to be actually this big. It would have to be more or less this big. We're going to have to bring the game of pool into this next time to understand what we could and we can't do when we bring two worlds together. And we're going to end it over here. There's a whole lot more. I keep thinking and finding out bits and pieces and parts. So if you're monkeying the Chinese zodiac, we're gonna go monkey, 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 monkey. The yin and the yang. When you see the two eyes in the yin and the yang, one here and one here, you only get to see one. It's either the one this way or it's the one this way. I have to go back the monkey, we have, it's going to be the monkey in 5 years from now, right? 4 years from now will be the monkey. 4 years from now is going to be the monkey. The monkey, the ninth zodiac sign, we're going to connect the 147, right? You said you had your birth path number 147. Well, they fit along with the monkey because we have to bring everything to base rotation. 1 or 10, 13 or 4, 16 or 7. We bring the monkey with 9 and 1 equals to 10, it stays here. We bring the monkey 9 and 4, 13, 1 and 3, 4, it stays here. We bring the monkey 9 and 7, 16, 1 and 6, it stays here. Anywhere we put the monkey, it'll be right at home. 9 and 3 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 9 and 5 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. The monkey's always at home. Raphael, 7286, in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. I'm doing this to stand your ground. It's full truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And it's all in full transparency from the games. Dragon Ball Z, return of the signal testing system. Time has ended in the year 5775, also noted to be the year 2015. On the cube, it's noted that although this might look like a 15, it also adds to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals to 20. 2015, Mars, Queen. Stand erect upon the land, first, ST, second, ND, A and B, the Luna, and the 2 moons of Mars, say stand. And what do we stand on? The spirit of the 7th gate, inside the Venus house with liberty, perhaps, and not inside the entrapment of Mars. That would be questionable. Here is where that 7th gate is over here. 313 is over here. That's the rotation we work with. We're going to work on 9/11, how it comes together, everything about 9 that I know. Also to note that what's ironic is 5 and 9, okay, is 14. 6 and 8 is 14. But the 6 and 8 lives in between 5 and 9. Anything in star system that's used with a 9 will always come back to itself. 5 and 9 equal to 42. They create a gate. Why? F-I-V-E 42, N-I-N-E 42. Peace and love. Have a good night's sleep. I don't like to leave 6 people at the end of the straw. Think of something. Let's bring this together. It'd be much appreciated if you can help out the channel. I don't have to say more what needs to be done, except that we should be putting together a program, getting this into a program, understanding where the equations come from. Like I said, baseball, hockey on ice, hockey puck, stick is 62, puck is 51. On ice, the 3 periods, the halfway point is in the middle of the 2nd period. Thank you for watching this video.